Hi everybody, I'm Cornell. I'm going to talk to you about universal childcare and why we can focus on this. Fun fact about me, I'm with the New Jersey chapter of NLC. 5 minutes, so you can't do this all the time. Mom of a 3-year-old named Lincoln. Lincoln's favorite things on the planet are Spider-Man, pizza, and hanging out with his friends at daycare. Lincoln's an amazing program, but that program costs us $1,600 a month. And I'm lucky. This is Layla, my friend, who had a tenured job teaching. She had a master's degree, loved her job. When she got pregnant for the second time with surprise twins, her family made the decision that she could no longer work, and she had to give up a career that she loved because they couldn't afford 3 kids in childcare. And Layla is lucky. For so many of the working poor, they're paying over $1,000 sometimes per child per month for basically glorified babysitting. And the idea that people leaving the workforce is somehow voluntary and therefore punishable is ludicrous. We know that people not only lose that financial independence, but that sense of self-worth when they're pushed out of the workforce that they want to be in. And this matters because women are the major breadwinners, are working more, are having more young children, and going back to work even sooner. So this is really critical because the numbers are showing that things are changing and are continuing to grow in that way. Now, the interesting thing is that businesses know that it makes sense to provide childcare. They see better retention, they see happier employees, they see less leave time. What's also really critical is that this is as important for business as it is for our kids. The developmental curve from 0 to 5 is the steepest point of growth for children, and kids who are not being challenged emotionally and intellectually can never catch up to their peers, even if they start in the best kindergarten programs after that. So we need to stop looking at childcare as a luxury and start treating it like what it is, which is a public good. And in the same way that we make investments in our public education system, knowing that it reduces crime, reduces poverty, we need to do the same for childcare. There are solutions that are out there already. There's the HeadStart program, and we also have seen states and municipalities move towards pre-K and kindergarten programs. Now, HeadStart is unique in that it prepares kids, low-income kids, from 0 to 5 to get ready for school. The problem is that while it is very popular, it's very limited. There's never enough spots. And that during the Nixon administration, there was the opportunity to universalize this program and make it across the board, regardless of income. Pat Buchanan branded it as socialism, and it died. This is important for our economy today and the parents that are leaving the workforce, but this is critical in this early education component and what it does to the next generation preparing them. As progressives, though, we need to think beyond the fiscal impact of what this does and think about what is fair and is just and is right. In the same way that we talk about Social Security and healthcare and education, we need to start thinking about childcare in that same way. This is a somber statistic. In 31 states and here in DC, the cost of putting an infant in childcare full-time is more than going to school in a 4-year institution, university. Think about the fact that an entire presidential campaign was built on the idea of free college for all. If that can happen, surely we can move the needle a little bit on affordable childcare. This is my son again. The data is solid. We know that this makes sense in our economy today for the parents that are leaving the workforce without wanting to. We know that this is critical to stay competitive globally by training our kids. But we also know that creating a universal program will hopefully take the politics that unfortunately happens to income-based programs and eliminate that. There are federal solutions that we need to push in the next administration, and HeadStart should be the beginning of the discussion, not the end of the discussion. We need to look at what's happening in our states and our municipalities that are pushing programs like the one in New York City, see what's working, and amplify those successes. But as a challenge, and I think there's probably many NLC parents in the room right now, we as parents need to parent openly and stop being afraid of being seen as less competitive or less assertive in our early years if we acknowledge the complexities and challenges of childcare and other issues that face us. We're privileged to live the lives we lead. The Laylas of the world don't have the same access to power. If we don't use our voice, they're at a disadvantage. We talk a lot about the next generation of political leadership. My son is really, really lucky that he's able to go to the program that he goes to. His generation shouldn't leave their future up to luck and chance and where their parents are able to send them. So that's why we need this to be universal, and that's what we need to work on. Thank you.